Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news. All right, folks, buckle up because this could be one of the most intriguing NFL storylines of the offseason, and it directly involves the 49ers. We're talking about a massive potential trade that's been buzzing around league circles. The Detroit Lions might be looking to ship off Aiden Hutchinson, one of their most promising young pass rushers, in exchange for a treasure trove of draft picks, including 2 first-round selections. Yes, you heard that right, the Lions, who are currently sitting at 8-7 and in a bit of a rebuild mode after a disappointing 2025, are reportedly open to trading Hutchinson to free up cap space and maybe shake things up a bit. Now, why would Detroit do such a thing? Well, sources close to the league suggest that the Lions are feeling the pressure from their recent struggles. Their defense has been giving up about 25 points per game, and their offense, led by Jared Goff, hasn't quite lived up to expectations. Goff posted an impressive QBR of 85.3 last season, but this year, the team's inconsistency and their inability to generate consistent pass rush have become glaring issues. Detroit might be willing to part ways with Hutchinson, a player who burst onto the scene in 2025 with some serious sack numbers: 28 solo sacks, 5 of which were sacks, tying him for 7th in the league. He's also chipped in with 4 forced fumbles, an 84.6 grade from PFF, and a +0.22 EPA per rush. Basically, Hutchinson has become a bona fide game changer, and the Lions could see the trade as a way to stockpile draft capital and rebuild more effectively. But here's the kicker. For the 49ers, this potential move could be a seismic shift in their pursuit of another Super Bowl. Hutchinson, just 25 years old, is an absolute sack phenom and a game wrecker. His explosiveness and relentless motor have drawn comparisons to some of the best pass rushers in recent history. The 49ers, as you all know, have been building their team around a dominant pass rush, led by Nick Bosa, who, as we all know, had a monster 2023 season with 13.5 sacks and a PFF grade of 90.8. But Bosa isn't alone. The 49ers have a formidable front, but depth and consistency are always areas to improve, especially with the physical toll of a deep playoff run. Hutchinson's addition could be the catalyst that pushes their pass rush from just very good to downright unstoppable. Look at his numbers for 2025: 40 tackles, including 28 solo tackles, and those 5 sacks, which are already impressive for a guy just entering his 3rd NFL season. And he's shown resilience, bouncing back after a shoulder injury in Week 3 that kept him out for 2 games. When healthy, Hutchinson is a nightmare for quarterbacks, generating constant pressure and forcing offenses to alter their game plans. His pressure rate, about 16% higher than the current edge rushers in the league, means he's constantly in the backfield, disrupting the timing of pass plays and creating opportunities for teammates. Plus, his double-team absorption is about 16% better, meaning offenses have to allocate more blockers his way, freeing up other defenders to make plays. Now, for the 49ers, adding Hutchinson isn't just about boosting sacks. It's about creating a more intimidating, relentless front seven that can suffocate opponents' offenses. Imagine a defensive line with Bosa and Hutchinson rushing from opposite sides. Offensive tackles would be shaking in their boots. This kind of duo could make life even more miserable for quarterbacks, especially in high-stakes playoff games. And let's not forget how vital pass rush is in the postseason. It's often the difference between a deep run and an early exit. Hutchinson's ability to generate sacks and pressures would be a massive upgrade, and it could even help the 49ers cut down on the yards they allow on the ground, reducing rushing yards from about 120 to 95 per game. A huge step for a defense that's already solid but always looking to improve. The impact of such a move on the NFC landscape would be enormous. The Lions, losing Hutchinson, could see a dip in their pass rush efficiency. Some estimates say about 20%. And that could keep them from climbing higher in the standings. Meanwhile, the 49ers would be bolstering their already elite defense, making their Super Bowl odds even more attractive. Right now, the 49ers are sitting around plus 1,300 to plus 500 to win Super Bowl LXI, but with Hutchinson, those odds could shrink even further, especially if he becomes a playoff X-factor, breaking through with sacks when it counts most, and helping the 49ers make a deep postseason run. Of course, this kind of blockbuster trade isn't just about talent, it's also about timing and strategy. The trade deadline passed back on November 4th, so if this move is going to happen, it would need to be during the offseason. But the NFL offseason is where all the magic happens: trades, signings, draft picks, and the 49ers will be watching closely. They've been always aggressive in shaping their roster to fit their Super Bowl ambitions, and adding a young, dynamic pass rusher like Hutchinson would be a statement move. It's a move that could set the tone for their entire defense for years to come, especially if they manage to keep him healthy and productive. And speaking of health, Hutchinson's injury history has been relatively minor. A shoulder injury in Week 3 of 2025 kept him out for 2 games, but he's shown resilience and a strong work ethic. The Lions, on the other hand, are under a bit of pressure. Without Hutchinson, their defense struggles might be even more pronounced, and that could lead to a tough division battle in the NFC North, especially with the Packers looking more dominant than ever. The Lions' management might see this as a chance to hit the reset button, get more draft capital, and build a more complete team around their core. For the 49ers fans listening right now, this potential trade represents more than just adding another player. It's about strengthening the dynasty. It's about staying ahead of the curve in a league where pass rushers are king, and every sack counts. Hutchinson's ability to get after the quarterback and disrupt offensive rhythm could be the missing piece that helps push San Francisco over the top in the postseason. Imagine a defense where Bosa and Hutchinson are terrorizing quarterbacks, forcing turnovers, and setting up the offense with prime field position. That's the kind of team that can go all the way. Of course, we always have to keep in mind that trades like this are complex and involve a lot of moving parts. The Lions might decide they want to hold on to Hutchinson, especially if they see him as a cornerstone of their future. But if the right offer comes along, and if Detroit is eager to rebuild and reset their salary cap, a trade could be on the table. And for the 49ers, if they can pull this off, it might just be the move that propels them into the next Super Bowl, a move that echoes the impact of past legends and helps cement their status as a true NFL powerhouse. So, 49ers fans, keep an eye on this story. It's not just speculation, it's about a potential game changer. Hutchinson's future with the Lions could be coming to an end, and if the 49ers are involved, it could be one of the most exciting offseason moves we've seen in recent years. The NFC West is already a tough division, but with this kind of addition, San Francisco could be setting themselves apart even further, ready to dominate the league and chase that elusive Super Bowl title once again. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Finally, for all the 49ers faithful out there, this story isn't just about one player or one team. It's about the pursuit of greatness, the relentless drive to be the best, and the unstoppable desire to bring home another Super Bowl trophy. Hutchinson could be the spark that ignites a new chapter in San Francisco's storied history, a chapter filled with even more glory, more championships, and a legacy that will be remembered for generations. So stay tuned, keep rooting, and let's see how this story unfolds in the coming weeks. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and if this trade happens, it will be one for the ages. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news.